In this video, I want to talk about the sometimes controversial subject of customers paying tradesmen's deposits. Now, it's quite straightforward in my opinion. We take deposits from our customers. Probably, if it's a new customer, no, not probably, definitely. If it's a new customer, we probably for the first couple of jobs we'll take a deposit. But then after that, we've established a relationship, hopefully, and we've got that sort of trust built up a bit more. So therefore, I think we don't really need to be taking deposits after that, because we've established that the people we're working for, the customer, will pay what we've asked for. However, there are some dodgy, shall we say, or not so reliable tradesmen out there that will take advantage of this deposit payment process. However, there are a few things to look out for. We belong to Dulux Select, which therefore means that our deposit that we take gives you a 14-day cooling off period, and also it's an insurance backed guarantee. So then if we go bust, we can't do the work for you, you will get your money back. However, it is only a real fool that will take a deposit and then go and spend it. Most reputable businesses should have enough money behind them to be able to take this deposit, put it in a separate account, and then when it's your turn, your job comes to the top of the list, money's there to fund the first few days work for the lads or the blokes, the materials you need. So that's really what a deposit's for. If from my point of view, it shows an intention to pay. It shows that the customer has the intention to pay you for the work you do. Speaking to a decorator yesterday, they were carrying out the work, got a load of extras to do, and the customer blatantly just didn't have the money to pay the decorator at the end of the job. So then it gets really messy, where you're then going down, you're waiting for your money, court cases getting involved. It's just a real messy process. So a deposit helps to avoid that to a certain degree. And also, what it is securing, it shows that, like I say, an intention to pay on the customer's side. It also then shows that they are willing to put a little bit of skin in the game. They're willing to say, yeah, right, we do definitely want this work done. So the customer is putting a financial interest into the job. However, the tradesman is putting something far more valuable than money into it. They're actually reserving a slot of their time. So they're saying, in 2 months, I'm going to give you a week of my time. That is far more valuable than money. You can earn money over and over again, but you can't get any more time. And the reason I didn't used to take deposits, but the reason I started taking deposits was, we must be going back 8-9 years. Went to look at a job end of November for a job that was going to start in January. Went there the end of November, beginning of December, gave the customer the price, all sorted out lovely, agreed to start the job in January, the first week of January, and this job would have seen us all through January, which is the quietest month of the year. Everything's really quiet. So I thought, great, I can enjoy Christmas now because I've got January sorted out. We've got work for January. However, between Christmas and the New Year, I get a phone call from this customer saying, I'm really sorry, we've had a change of plan. We are now selling the house and we don't need it redecorated. We're not staying. We cancel the job. So this then left me with a month's work to find in the quietest time of the year. Now, I'm not saying the deposit, if I'd taken it, would have sort of helped, it would have seen me through, but it would have definitely helped me to sort of this month that I'd given this customer. I'd dedicated them a month of my time, and I hadn't taken the deposit. And to be honest, it took probably 2 or 3 months to get back on track after this big chunk of time had been taken out of my schedule. So that's, from a tradesman's point of view, why I take deposits. Decorating wise anyway, would probably be 25%. So if you ask for more on that, that would be a red flag. Again, check out their reviews, previous customers, if you can, get in touch. I mean, running a decent business would be more than happy for you to talk to their customers. If that's sort of, if there's a reason why you can't talk to their old customers, that would be another red flag. There's a whole long list. I may do another video about red flags for people, hiring a decorator or another tradesman. Anyway, that's it for that. Comment below with your experiences of hiring decorators or other trades. What's gone well and gone bad. I can't speak today. And also what's gone bad. So In mind, this next video may help you.